Most people don't want to believe in evil. They'd rather call it toxic, unhealthy, or narcissistic. Nice, safe words. But Scott Peck didn't mince his words. He called them what they are. People of the lie, evil. And the scary bit, they don't look like cartoon villains. They look like your neighbor, your boss, your ex. They hide in plain sight. So how do you know if you're dealing with evil? Peck laid out 10 characteristics, and once you hear them, you won't be able to unsee them. Number 1, they are consistently deceiving. They are consistently self-deceiving. They can't admit guilt because guilt would mean admitting they were imperfect. And imperfection, that cracks the fantasy they've built of being flawless, righteous, and morally superior. They'll contort reality just to avoid saying, I was wrong. You'll get an essay on why you misunderstood and why you provoked it and why you didn't get the joke. Anything but accountability. Number 2, because they lie to themselves so convincingly, they deceive others as well. It's a consequence of their own self-deception. They don't even think they're lying because in their head, they've already rewritten the script. You're not arguing facts with them. You're arguing against a word or a work of fiction they believe is real. So you can't argue with them because they believe they're right, because in their world, they're right. Number 3, Peck said, evil people project their sins onto specific targets. And here's the kicker. To everyone else, they seem perfectly normal, respectable, charming, professional. But at home, they make you the scapegoat. All their darkness, all of their flaws hung around your neck like a noose. You become their trash can. Number 4, this one's sinister. They hate with pretense of love. They hate with the pretense of love. They'll say, I'm only doing this because I love you. Because it's not love, it's control wrapped in virtue signaling. It's punishment disguised as protection. Peck called it hatred under the guise of love. And if you've lived it, you know exactly what that means. Number 5, abuse of power. They impose their will by overt or covert coercion. That could be screaming in your face, or it could be silent treatment, guilt tripping, or the kind of gentle suggestion that isn't gentle at all. The method doesn't matter. The aim is always the same, to bend you to their will. Number 6, they cling to respectability. Outwardly, they look polished, upstanding, maybe even saintly. And to protect that mask, they lie. They lie incessantly. That's why so many victims struggle to be believed, because the abuser has built a bulletproof public image. Oh, she would never do that. He's such a nice guy. Respectable. Evil is the most dangerous kind. Number 7, they are consistent. This is huge. Evil isn't about committing one monstrous act. It's about the steady drip of destruction. They don't need to murder anyone. They kill your spirit. One lie, one betrayal, one projection at a time. It's the consistency that makes it unmistakable. Number 8, they cannot think from the viewpoint of the victim. Zero empathy. They cannot imagine the trauma they're causing because your suffering doesn't exist in their world. If you cry, they'll call you weak. If you beg, they'll call you manipulative. They can't see you as human, just an object to control. Number 9, covert intolerance to criticism. They'll act like they can take it, don't get me wrong, but scratch the surface and you'll see the narcissistic rage boiling underneath. Peck said they cannot tolerate narcissistic injury, meaning even a small critique feels like an attack on their whole existence. So they flip it, punish you or smear you. Number 10, and here's the most chilling of all. Deep down, most evil people know. They know there's something dark inside, but they cannot face it. They cannot bear the pain of self-examination. So what do? They run. They flee into the moral superiority. They declare themselves the saint and the cast, others as the sinners. They put the spotlight on evil on you. So no one ever dares shine it back on them. And if you've been dealing with one of these type of people, let me tell you right now, you probably just feel like I've described your life in a X-ray detail. You're sitting there with goosebumps, maybe even shaking a little, because for years you thought you were crazy. But what you've really been living is exactly what Peg diagnosed: evil, the people of the lie. That's the moment when most victims break. They put their head in their hands, or they throw their phone across the room because it finally clicks. This is what I've been dealing with. It wasn't love. It wasn't a miscommunication. It was calculated, consistent, diagnosable evil. And Peck's final warning: evil people are consistent in one way or another. They run away from their evil by putting themselves in a position of moral superiority. They say, I'm the good parent, I'm the good partner, I'm the victim here. And the whole time, they're burying their rot under a mountain of lies. So here's the takeaway. If you recognize yourself in this, you're not crazy. You've been dealing with people of the lie. And once you see it for what it is, you'll never mistake it for love.